by those Dodgers. You know that they are built for this. Series by series, it became evident throughout this postseason. Doug Glanville still here with us on Sports Center.
Well.
And just the championship medal, where did you see it most from this Dodger squad?
Well, you see it in their starting rotation, their pitchers. And, you know, there was a little bump in the road somewhat when earlier in the series, the Blue Jays were out-pitching them to some degree when you talk about the starters. Blake Snell was kind of struggling, but Yamamoto was that anchor. He became the de facto ace of this. And they came back around now in Game 7 where everybody contributed from that rotation. They became their own relievers. And that really separated them from the Blue Jays.
Talk about Yamamoto, though, because this is a guy, we said it a couple times there, pitched in Game 6 and yet comes back in Game 7 and does what he does. Put into context what Yoshinobu Yamamoto is doing in this postseason in terms of pitching.
I mean, well, first of all, you talk about next level, well, you have to go higher than that. I mean, it's the command, it's the calm, it's the fact that he threw 96 pitches yesterday and came back and then closes this game out. I mean, that's hard to do. A lot of pitchers throw that much and their back hurts. You're not going to get back out there. But this is Game 7. And like everybody, you know, you go back to old school, like, okay, you're playing in high school. It's like everybody's playing, every position, and you're pitching and you're going to right field, whatever you have to do. Well, that was their rotation, and Yamamoto in particular, because he did it with such excellence. I mean, just mastery. He didn't lose any velocity within the day. He was painting, control. I mean, that's almost impossible to do back-to-back.
Every bit of the arsenal was available
Every
to
bit.
him. And he became just the second pitcher, I want to make sure I get this right, second pitcher in the last 50 years to win 3 World Series games in 1 World Series. But specifically to Will Smith, him stepping on it on the top of the 11th, gives the Dodgers the lead with that solo shot. What did you see him seeing there?
Well, Will Smith is highly underrated in some respects, right? 3-time All-Star. He just had some tough second halves the last couple of years. He got hurt, and but this guy had a 900 OPS. This is a run producer and a catcher, by the way, that can throw you out and manage this pitching staff. So he does a lot of things. You hear Cal Raleigh's name, but then there's Will Smith and talk about the Dodger staff, and he hits for a higher average. So Will Smith has been clutch all year. He's hit a lot in the middle of the order. So you hear about Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. Well, Will Smith has been carrying the team earlier in the season. So it's not shocking that he has this kind of pop, but he got hot. Sometimes when he gets in that pull mode, he's got the power to go with it.
And he played the hero when it counted tonight with that big, decisive homer. This is new on SportsCenter. Will Smith, World Series hero, speaks.
Will Smith described that incredible Game 7.
That was awesome. You know, that was the epitome of this series. Just 2 really good teams. That's a really good Blue Jays team, man. It's a really good offense. They pitched really well. It was going to be a fight. We knew that. And then, 7 games, 18-inning game in Game 3, extra innings this game. That was just a fight, and couldn't be more proud of this group of guys.
What did you see in Miguel Rojas tying the game with a home run?
Yeah, that was huge. Obviously down a run. Yeah, that was incredible. We were so fired up. You know, we needed a little spark there. Obviously, he got it done, and that was great. That was awesome. He's battling.
All right, you came to the plate against Bieber. What was your thought?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a pitch to hit. Luckily, it snuck over the wall there and put us up a run. I was fired up after that. That was awesome.
Everyone was pitching in. Yamamoto today, the day after he pitches in Game 6. What'd you see in him?
Man, he's the MVP of this series. That was special what he did. You know, the 2 starts, complete game. Pitching yesterday, 6 innings, coming out today. You know, I told him yesterday he needed 1 for us to win today. He gave us 3. That's just pure fight out of him, pure grit. That's who he is. He's just a fighter. Good, you know, he's one of the best pitchers on the planet, and he showed it.
Last one, you're the first team in 25 years to go back-to-back. What does that mean?
It's incredible. You know, it's a lot of hard work the last 2 years. Last year's team was special. You know, that run to win it was amazing. You know, we came in with the goal this year to repeat, and we did it. We finally achieved that goal.
Dave Roberts, back-to-back championships for the Dodgers.
Oh my God, this is crazy. I mean, we started out in Tokyo and we ended up in Toronto, and I just couldn't be more proud of these guys, this organization, the fight that we had, our backs against the wall. No one panicked, no one wavered. You know, my message has always been, you guys got to keep believing in each other. And if they believe in each other, I'll believe in them. And, you know, guys like Miggy, Yamamoto, you know, Will Smith, all the way down the line, Mookie coming up big, Muntz, just Glass, you know, the young kids, Robo, She and all these guys did it, so it's a huge group effort, and we're two-time champions, back-to-back champions.
Emotional moment for you when Rojas hits the home run, it looked like.
You know what, Buster? I always tell our guys the game honors you. And the way he takes it every single day, a great teammate, plays the right way, says the right things. The game honored him in that moment.
Congrats, Doc.
Thank you, guys.
It sure did. I told these guys earlier, this game was so good, I wish both teams could win. It was just that good. The Blue Jays, by the way, they're the fourth team ever to lead in the ninth inning or later of a winner-take-all World Series game and lose. The Yankees were the last to do it in 2001 when Luis Gonzalez walked them off. And you know, to the losers, we got to talk about them a little bit. Here's John Schneider, their manager. This is new on SportsCenter.
Man, it's hard, you know. Had my first team meeting of the year after the game. There's so many things to unpack there. Not just the series as a whole. You know, 7 games, 2 of them go to extras. I thought we played great baseball. Both teams having chances, they're late. I feel for the guys. You know what I mean? This is a special group of guys. That being said, I am so proud of them, of the entire organization, really. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at. We've set a new expectation and a new standard here, and did it with a lot of hard work, did it with a lot of cohesiveness. And man, it's tough to say bye to this group.
This feels like a team that we'll be asking you about 10, 15 years from now too. When I ask you about the 2025 Blue Jays, what are you going to remember?
All of them, you know what I mean? Like literally all of them. It's not very often you get a group together that genuinely likes one another and genuinely cares about one another. And I'm talking about their wives, their kids, you know, and them. It's a special group, and I think Blue Jay fans for generations are going to remember this team, not just what we accomplished, but how we went about it.
Guys, honestly, one of the best games I've ever seen. Forget about Game 7 World Series, just spectacular. I want to get your perspective on what we just saw. Jessica, starting with you, what's your reaction to maybe a Game 7 for the ages?
First of all, we got 8.5 games in this World Series, and we knew that this one was going to go extras because that's kind of how this entire World Series has been. But ultimately, to see on both sides, I mean, both Bichette come out the 3-run home run, the defensive plays, the takeaway hits from the Dodgers, and Mickey Rowe in that 9-hole. Yamamoto, are you kidding me? I mean, stuff that we didn't think we'd see. Of course, we'd see it in this Game 7.
You know what was really cool about this whole thing? We're doing the manager meetings, and then we asked Dave Roberts, is Yamamoto available? And he said yes. And I think everyone in that room, their eyebrows and mine included, you know, it raised it. It reminded us of Randy Johnson back in 2001, where he was able to win Game 6 after 104 pitches, comes back and wins Game 7 when they were down 2-1. Like, this guy, what he did, Yamamoto, was throw 3 beautiful innings. But it was Miggy Rowe with the defensive play at second base, throws home. Great play, did not panic whatsoever. Is able to hit that home run. First home run off a right-handed pitcher, and he does it in one of the biggest stages forever. Miguel Rojas' his name. Will Smith is his name. And Mr. Yoshinobu Yamamoto's name are going to be intertwined forever in the history of the Los Angeles Dodgers.